Something big's brewing behind the scenes in Edmonton. And if you bleed blue and orange, you need to hear this. While the front office mulls over keeping a veteran whose best years might be behind him, there's noise coming from outside the organization that could bring a true game changer between the pipes. And to top it all off, the most important voice in the franchise just broke his silence, dropping a bombshell update that could reshape the entire season. We've got controversial decisions, potential blockbuster trades, and negotiation buzz that's bound to make every fan rethink where this team's headed. Stick around until the end, because this video is packed with stuff you won't hear anywhere else. If you're an Oilers diehard, hit that subscribe button and help us hit our goal of 1,000 subscribers. Let's show the league how strong Oil Country really is. Who else is counting down the days to puck drop? Because I'm telling you, the heat in Edmonton isn't just from summer. The clock's ticking, and the front office has some tough calls to make behind closed doors. The cup window's still open, no doubt. But if this team doesn't make smart moves now, it could slam shut real fast. There's a lot on the line, and some big-name players waiting on new deals. And we're not talking about depth guys either. We're talking about a serious list here. Skinner, Wallman, Ekholm, and yes, even our captain, Connor McDavid, are inching closer to the end of their contracts. Oh, and let's not forget about head coach Chris Nobliau, who's also on an expiring deal. So yeah, what happens now could define this team's future. Here's the kicker. Word around the room is that a few extensions might get done before training camp even starts. The frontrunners, McDavid, Wallman, Podkolzin, and Knoplau. But that leaves one big question hanging in the air. What about Ekholm? Take a breath, Oilers fans. We all know Ekholm's been a rock since arriving in 2023. He brought a ton of stability to the blue line, played heavy, and helped Bouchard develop into a force. But the last few months, they've raised some serious red flags. Late last season, Ekholm struggled with injuries that carried into the playoffs. He missed 17 games during the regular season and another 15 in the postseason. And when he came back, it was clear something was off. He looked slow, lost positioning often, and couldn't keep up with the Panthers in the Cup final. So here's the dilemma management's facing. Do you re-sign a 35-year-old who's had trouble staying healthy and is still on a $6.25 million contract? Because if they lock him in now and he can't deliver, that deal could haunt the team. The plan, according to insiders, is to wait and see. Let training camp and the first chunk of the season play out. If he looks solid, maybe talk about a short-term, lower-cost extension. If not, it might be time to move on. Let's face it, the Oilers want to get younger, faster, and healthier. Time catches up to everyone. Can Ekholm still help this team? Sure, but that depends on how he shows up this fall. And now, I want to hear from you, Oil Country. Should the Oilers lock in Ekholm now, wait it out, or just let him walk? Drop your take in the comments. Share this video with your fellow fans. And make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss a beat this offseason. And hang on to your seat, because what's coming next could shake up the team's core in a big way. A move nobody saw coming is suddenly on the Oilers' radar. And if it goes down, it could rattle the entire league. There's serious chatter behind the scenes, and once you hear the details, you'll get why this could be a game changer. The buzz is loud heading into next season. After so many close calls, the Oilers are locked in for another hard push toward the Stanley Cup. But there's one big issue that keeps coming up, and fans can't stop talking about it. Goaltending. Stuart Skinner and Calvin Pickard look set to split the net again. And while both have had their moments, the question is whether that's good enough to get this team over the hump. The fan base is split, and more media voices are starting to ask the same thing. The offense, it's loaded. McDavid and Draisaitl keep doing their thing. But with the cap tight and not a lot of room to bring in big names, every roster move has to count. And that's why one bold idea is gaining steam, maybe even becoming a necessity. Mark Spector. Yeah, that Mark Spector stirred the pot this week. One of the most trusted NHL insiders, and he didn't pull any punches. If the Oilers really want to win it all, he says, They need to make a gutsy move. His take: go after Ilya Sorokin. Hey, trade for Ilya Sorokin. Now we're talking, said Spector. Bring in a guy where anyone in hockey would say, that dude's better than Skinner. Hard to argue when you look at the numbers. Sorokin's elite, 61 games last season, 2.71 GAA, a .907 save percentage, and 4 shutouts. Of course, pulling that off wouldn't be easy. Sorokin's locked in through 2031 with an $8.5 million cap hit. That's a heavy lift. The Oilers would probably have to ship out Skinner and a few key assets just to make the math work. And let's be real, there's no word the Islanders are even looking to move him. But let's talk straight. Can you really win the cup without a goalie who can steal games? The offense can light it up, sure, but playoff hockey is a different beast. And history shows, when the net's shaky, the dream falls apart. So tell me, Oilers Nation, would you go all in for Sorokin and bring in a true wall in net? Or ride it out one more year with Skinner and Picard? And if you think that's the biggest storyline right now, just wait. There's another potential shakeup coming in net, and it's heating up fast. If this next rumor has legs, it could turn the whole season upside down. Don't go anywhere, because what's next might be even bigger. While fans are locked in on trades, signings, and tweaks to the roster, there's one topic that hits way harder than all the rest: the future of our best player. And let me tell you, this could define the next decade for the franchise. New GM Stan Bowman didn't waste any time. He's been active since day one, making moves, working the phones, and putting a clear plan in place. But he's also got one of the toughest jobs in hockey right now, keeping the NHL's biggest superstar in Edmonton for the long haul. Yeah, we're talking about him, the captain, the engine, the guy who brings Rogers Place to life every time he hits the ice. Connor And here's the thing, his contract's winding down. And so far, crickets. Bowman says they haven't gotten into the heavy talks yet, but he's optimistic and expects to sit down with McDavid's camp soon. Until then though, the cloud of uncertainty is hanging over oil country. Everyone knows what happens if McDavid hits free agency next year. It'll be chaos. Teams will be lining up with blank checks, desperate to pry him away. And the question everyone's asking is, does he even want to stay? For McDavid to stick around, he's got to believe this team can win it all. He's already given everything to this franchise. But what more are the Oilers offering him? A fresh coaching staff, a new-look roster, a plan that actually leads to a cup. And Oilers fans have every right to ask, is management truly doing everything to keep our captain in the fold? What do you think? Should McDavid resign now or test the market? Let me know in the comments. Share this video with every Oilers fan you know and hit subscribe, because the McDavid saga is just getting started and you won't want to miss a single twist.